Hello parents! This video will show you how to enroll your student for marching band for fall 2018. Your student has to log in and complete his or her enrollment before you log in to complete the parent side of it. You'll be notified that your student's completed that via an email, and that email will look like this. It will say hi, and it will actually have your name here. Your student has enrolled in Green Hope Marching Band for fall 2018. In order to finalize registration, you must complete parent enrollment. You will need this entry code right here. Your entry code will be unique to your student. So if you have multiple students, you will actually get 2 or 3 emails, one for each student. So make sure you link that entry code to your correct student. From there, you'll have that entry code. You'll log in, and you'll be taken to the dashboard, and you'll see you are currently logged in as, and your name should be there. If this is not your name, you'll need to log out and log in under your account, which is a parent account. You'll see a link here, Enrollment, and Enroll Now. So click that, and then you'll be taken to the Ensemble Enrollment page, where you will have 2 choices. I am a parent. You'll be able to complete your student's enrollment. I am a student. If for some reason you see a screen that says, I am a parent, warning, this is a student account, please log out and log in as a parent. Please do that. Do not log in. If you are logged in as your student, do not complete the student enrollment again. So I am a parent. I do have that enrollment code for my student, so I'm going to complete my student enrollment. I'll say, welcome to parent enrollment for fall 2018 marching band. Again, you'll need to complete this form for each child you're enrolling in marching band. So I'm going to enter my student's name and select whether or not this student was a member of the marching band last year, and my student was. And she is a percussionist, so you'll select whichever section your student is in. It might be a good idea to have your student with you, or at least at home with you, so you can reach him or her, because there might be some questions you come across that you're not sure that your student would know. And then their enrollment code. So remember that email that we got. My enrollment code was 1025 for Haley. If your student has told you that he or she has completed enrollment but you have not received a code, you'll want to make sure your students completed the enrollment. Make sure that you were listed as the primary parent and not your spouse or another parent that child has. Check your spam or junk box. And if you still don't have a code, you can email me, webmaster@greenhopeband.org. So I'm going to go ahead and continue because I do have my code. I'm going to make sure this information is correct. It's extremely important that we have this information here. Home, cell, email address. We'll need that. And then permission to participate. If you do agree, please read that and agree, and then move on. How to be a band parent. For those of you who have done this previously, you know that there's a whole lot of excitement and fun with it, but it's always good to refresh because it's been a year. So go ahead and scroll through and read that, familiarize yourself with it. You can download this by clicking there, and you'll be able to print that, hang on to that. Once you've read it, click Next. Photo consent. You must print, sign, and return this document. So do download that photo consent. This is Wake County form. And once you do provide that permission, click Next. And the personal property waiver. So go ahead and click Next. Uniform protocol. This is extremely important that you know your student has also received this, and he or she has also agreed to it, but it's extremely important that parents understand it as well. You can download it. Now, uniform components. This area you probably will need to have your student. The show shirt, each student receives one. Your student has already indicated his or her size. If you want to include additional, you can. They're $20 each. Duffel bag, whether you need to purchase a duffel bag or not. If your student already has one, you don't need to purchase a new one. Marching components. Now, if you remember at the beginning of the document, I selected percussion. My student is in percussion. If your student is brass, woodwinds, if your student is guard, you will have different options here. Guard parents, you will not see marching shoes. You will see guard flag, bodysuit, guard shoes. So you have some different options here depending on what section your student is in. So go ahead and select what you do need to purchase for your student. Attendance policy, extremely important. Again, your student has received this as well. Read it, understand it. You can download it. If you have conflicts, you would need to submit them here at the absence form, Green Hope Band's absence form. So clicking on that link will open in a new screen. You'll need to fill out any areas, any dates that your student may or may not be able to attend, and communicate that. That goes straight through to Mr. Myers. If you do not have conflicts, no conflicts, you've read the attendance policy, click next. Member expectations. Your student has seen this and agreed to that, so it's important that you do as well. And again, you can download those member expectations. Next. Equipment responsibilities. You could download that. Your student has seen that as well. Volunteer opportunities. There are some chaperone guidelines you can download here. Please indicate any area in which you would be willing to volunteer. This does not automatically commit you, so if you select that you could travel, that doesn't mean you have to travel to every competition. It means you're open to exploring the option of traveling to some of our away competitions. If you have the ability or desire to create and build show props, certainly can use your help there. Spiritware, maybe website updates. So you could select any area that you feel that you can you could contribute. It does take a village. Our band is a huge band and is certainly successful in part because of the amazing volunteer work. So we'd love to have your help. So next, fair share. This does have the fees that are due, the dates that they're due, and payment methods. So you can read that. The deposit of $350 is due on or before enrollment night. You do have the option to go ahead and pay right here on the website. If you want to pay more than the $350 right now, you certainly can. You have your uniform components subtotal, and I didn't need to order any components for my student because she's a returning marcher, but had I selected a duffel bag or shoes or flag or bodysuit or whatnot, you would see that subtotal here. So the total amount is $450 because I want to pay an additional toward my fair share. Right here, payment, I could bring on enrollment night, or I can go ahead and pay now. There is a convenience fee that is charged for processing the credit card. You can avoid this fee. You'll see that totals right here, $463.75. And I would go ahead and enter my credit card information, but I'm going to save it and bring my check. So my total is $450. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And then the commitment contract. This is extremely important that you read and review. And this shows that you have completed and agreed to the following, which was this form. This is the commitment contract. You must print, sign, and return this document. If your student is a returning marcher, you would, all of those documents that you print and return, you'll have another opportunity to download those. Your student should bring those, put them in an envelope in the green box, no later than Wednesday the 24th at noon. If your student is a new marcher, then you would bring those documents with you on enrollment night. If you selected payment by check, you will not put your payment in the envelope with your forms if you're dropping those forms in the green box in the band hallway. Payment is separate. At any rate, go ahead and agree. And once you have agreed to that commitment contract, you'll complete your enrollment. I have completed the enrollment for Haley Hudgens for marching band. Again, new marchers, bring the documents with you on enrollment night. Returning marchers, deposit in the green box no later than noon on the 24th. These are those documents that you'll print. You'll also get that in an email at your email address. But that concludes the enrollment process for your student for Marching Band for Fall 2018. If you have any questions or issues, feel free to email webmaster@greenhopeband.org.